Now the first thing you need to do is the day before you want to eat it, you want to make a nice brine, a salt and sugar solution in order to ensure that the pork stays nice and moist when you cook it. So I'm going to use 750 milliliters of water, cardamom, clove, and juniper berries dried, and a bay leaf. And I'm just going to give it a little toast in this hot pan. We're going to put that into the water. Some coarse salt and some sugar. And we're going to stir that to let it dissolve. And I've got these beautiful 1 1/4 inch on the T-bone double loin pork chops. I'm just going to put that in the brine like this. Make sure it's fully submerged in the liquid. And we're going to put this away for 24 hours. I have pork that was brined yesterday. And nice and yummy. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to pat it dry. Get all the excess moisture off. Because when you fry, that moisture impedes the process. I'm actually going to take a little bit of this brine right here. I'm going to take care to not to get too many seeds. I'm going to reserve about 2 ounces of it for making the sauce later on. But the first thing you learn in cooking school is always season with salt and pepper. Lots of pepper there. Just going to season the one side. Salt and pepper side down into the pan. We're going to put our pork chops. And I'm going to fry these on both sides until they're nice and golden brown. Just give it a little roll in the pan there. Make sure I'm getting a nice crust of brown. Another important part in this step is making sure the pan doesn't get too hot, because we're going to be using this pan later on to make the garniture. And if it's burned at all, you're going to be transferring that flavor into the whole dish, and that's just not going to be good. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get the bone hot, and therefore the meat around it cooked properly. I just stand it up right like this, and I'm going to put it in my Vulcan here, my nice preheated to 325 oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. I take the pork, which is still standing on the bone, out of the pan. And now I want this pan to make all the yummies that I'm going to serve it with. So what I'm actually going to do is transfer the pork to a tin foil lined pie plate. And now I'm going to take this beautiful mustard. I'm going to rub it all over the top, give it a good bath. Nice thick glaze. When you broil it, the mustard's going to lose a lot of its moisture. So if you put a nice pile on right now, it'll be a nice thin little glaze later on. And I'm just going to put this pie plate back in the oven for about 3 more minutes on broil. Cooked some fingerling potatoes in salted boiling water, and then chilled them and halved them. That was about 20 pieces. I'm going to put it right into the pan. And I've also taken some apple and cored it and peeled it and cubed it. Nice little pieces. Again, it's not necessary that they're perfect or anything. Now that the apples and the potatoes have some nice brown on them, I have this sprig of rosemary from the garden. Just gonna pop that in like so. And I've got some unpeeled hazelnuts. I'm just gonna put those in as well. I'm going to add a scant glass of BC Riesling wine from the Similkameen Valley, and add a little bit of Chinese oyster sauce. This is available at any local grocery store. I'm going to stir and to emulsify. Just going to place it on the middle of the plate. Oh, of course. Awesome. Unbelievable. And we'll just flip it. Yeah! Try not to flip the pork on top of itself, but it's really not going to affect the flavor. I'd let it sit for 2 minutes so you don't burn your mouth. Bon appetit.